All right. Let me see if I can explain myself what I've done here. Trying to help a customer. This is an RV customer, and the situation is that it's an old unit, and the board, the electronic board that controls the fan, that controls the compressor, and also the thermostat the line is bad. So the board is gone. And the unit is very old, and you're wondering why I have built this. It's just very simple. The unit can still get along maybe 2.5 years, 3 years. So the customer and the RV owner do not want to invest money on a new unit and want me to fix the unit. So I could not find the control board, the electronic board that controls the fan, the compressor, and thermostat. So I came out with this. The original control board is 12 volts, 12 volt DC. So 120 for compressor, 120 for the fan. And I built my own control board, and I have thermostat that I'm going to install. It's a 24 volt thermostat. This is like a residential setup. So, and I have that 40 amp. Sorry about the light. 40 amp disconnect, and in here is the fan control box. The fan control module. What type of module? Is the Goodman. The Goodman fan control module. Very simple. The one that comes with relay. They have the common, normally open, normally close, normally open for the fan, control the high voltage, in this case 120 volts. And then you have the red, which is the 24 volt coming into the wall, then hitting back to the thermostat. Then you have the G, which is the fan, and then not common, because the common I'm not gonna install it because this thermostat is battery powered. So I routed. This is, so we have the cables here, the wires. The wires. So you got the green for fan, G, and the red for 24 volts. Okay, and we have the jello for the compressor. So we got red, G, and Y. All right, 3 wires. Even if the thermostat is battery controlled, that does not require common, you still need to connect that, the R and RC. Okay, and I am feeding. This is the 24 volt transformer. It's from 120 to 24, right? So 3 wires and one live, one common and ground, and then you got a 24 volts, which is right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It is right there. So those are the 24 volts. It goes to control the low voltage for the contactor and for the fan board that is inside here. Okay, so that's a fuse right here. Okay, so you got 110, 120, I'm sorry, 120 coming in, 120 coming out, and you got right here, that's the common for the board, the relay for the fan, and this is the normally open. That goes to in this case the high speed of this blower motor right there, the high, and you got the white, which is the live, and then you have I think 3 more speeds, the medium, low, and low. Alright, the brown, 2 brown for the cap. Right, and this is just to change the rotation. Just basically just move this one to over here and with this one to over there, and then just change the rotation. Alright, going back. So this is the power end. Got the ground. This is the green, the white live, and the white is live and red is, I'm sorry, you got green for ground, white for live, and green for ground, white for live, and red for common. Alright, so ground, live, and common. Alright, 120 volts, and the fan is fed up from this is the ground. That made the common going to the board to the relay closes the circuit, and it goes to the blower motor, and it should start. Now the white been fed up by the outlet of the contactor right here. So this is incoming and this is outcoming, the outer and inner, the inlet, power in, power out, 24 volts. All right, right there and right here in the back. So you got so what I done, so you got the red here, 24 volt with the fuse, I think it's 10 amp into the bore, transformer, the red from the bore has a there's a XFR, means transformer red, and R, which goes to the R on thermostat coming from the bore, the control board for the fan, the Goodman control board, and yellow for the compressor. So how it works: so once it calls for cooling, the contactor closes, the R connects to G and to Y. So we got, at the same time, when you call for cooling, it connects, it activates the contactor, it clicks, that's Y, and then activates G, which is the fan right here, and which you have compressor and fan on the fan. We have some delays here. I think it's about 60 seconds. Normally open should close the relay when activated. So the low voltage feeding the board activate the high voltage. So you got the red line here. Alright, when the contactor closes, when the connection is closed, it sends out electricity to the wide, to the blower motor, and then the relay closes and it sends the command, which is the one that controls the speed of the blower motor. So now let's see how it works, if it does work. I believe it's gonna work. I'm a multimeter set to voltage, alternate current, and thermostat off. I'm gonna put it on. Actually, it's on. It's cool auto. I'm just gonna drop the set point to 70. Okay, 7. Oop. So we got alright. We got the blower motor spinning. Blower motor spinning. Of course, this is not 120 blower motor. This is 240. 208, 230, I'm sorry, 240. So blower motor is running, contactor kick, the fan relay, and also we have 122 2-volt 122 for our compressor. Now I'm gonna shut this off. Okay, so no compressor, no fan. Now I'm gonna put it back on cooling and drop it down. It started blinking to 78. Current temperature now is 79. Of course, I'm outside, so it's calling for cooling. It should take about 5 minutes, and it should activate contactor for the compressor and the relay for the fan. Alright, why do I have this current protection here? Because otherwise it would flip the breaker, it would trip the breaker inside of this RV. So you gotta have this with the reset so it doesn't overload or overamper and your breaker does not trip. Okay, sorry recording this so late, and I must install this tomorrow. And the customer right now, the old control board is bypassed. The relay that controls the fan is bypassed, and it has fan and compressor, so it's cooling, but not thermostat, so they have to turn it off by the main breaker. We're talking about an RV, recreational vehicle. It's a coach, a motorhome, an RV, and this is gonna be mounted in the unit, and as long as you have 120 volt for the fan and the compressor. Of course, it has the startup and the run cap in the unit. Okay, the rest of the wiring is there. The run cap and the startup cap and the cap for the fan. Just the board, the air conditioning main box controlling the control board. This is what is bad, so this is what I built here, right here. And I'm waiting for the thermostat to engage. It's blinking. I really want to finish up with this customer. It's all people, senior disability, and doing my best to help them. They've been living in, I believe, in that RV for quite some time. Told me 20 years, and they're disabled people, sick, and just want to help them. And so let me know what you think. I am not making a big profit, but I just want to help them, and I'm gonna make another video. It will be part 2 when all this is installed and the unit is running, and I have to drop and use thermostat wire, install the thermostat, then okay, now got 122 here. Our fan, I heard the blower motor bore relay kicking. Now our blower motor is running. So if you want to change the speed, all you gotta do is select, for example, the blue one is medium. Put the blue one here, coming from the relay, the blower motor relay, in that plastic box right there, and you get a different speed. Brown and brown, always you cap. Alright, I hope you enjoy, and it's a good way to also test your thermostat your fan blower motor, that's brand new, and like I said, it's not 120. That's barely spinning. Thermostat. So I'm gonna raise the temperature, see if it turns off. It should turn off. There we go. Alright. So if I would to set my set point to 78. Alright, so it's blinking. Set it to 78. It's calling for cooling. Sorry about. It's calling for cooling. I want to test it one more time. I want to test it one more time to make sure that how the relay opening up. It just open up the relay from the fan that is normally open, and it's gonna take like another 5 minutes to engage the Y and the G. R send voltage to Y and G. So basically what I'm doing is just closing up the 24 volts for the contactor right here, contactor, closing it to close the high voltage. Thermostat switch and serial, right? Serial connection, and to also tell G to close connection. Sorry about that. Close connection and activate the relay to the G connection jump that is inside, which is G is, where is G? Right here. Okay, that's the low voltage for the board. The high voltage is this one, which is common from the relay. You gotta have, this is one goes to common on the relay, and this one's coming from the normally open on the relay. And then you have direct connection outgoing from the contactor directly to the white blower motor. And wiring your compressor is very simple. So got the white, the red, and you have your common, and that's how you feed your compressor. That's all you gotta do. Once I get there, make my connection to my the caps, to my compressor, and select the speed from my blower motor. Here you go. Alright, So we got fan spinning right there. On. And we have 123 for our compressor. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new, not very common. Basically it's not new, but not very common. I made this little cheat sheet here. It helped me a lot. And thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my video. You have a good night.